Hello, if you are looking to help yourself not be so prone to anxiety or depression, then I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Free Christian Counseling Tips. I'm Renee, a licensed and professional counselor. So I wanted to talk to you about some tips that you can use to help prevent depression and anxiety. And one of those comes from a research article that I was recently reading that talks about how purpose and meaning in life can really significantly reduce depression and anxiety. And I feel like as Christians, we have such an advantage because God says that He has a purpose and a plan for us and our lives. And if God says it, you know it's true. So something that you might find helpful is to kind of go through your everyday life and figure out, how can I use what I'm doing and redeem this for God? And I was reading this verse this morning in Colossians 3, and it was giving me an idea of how you could do that. The verse is Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. And it was just reminding me how God sees us and He knows what we're doing, and He will reward us accordingly. And so if we can use our day-to-day living and go from, maybe as an example, if you're a parent and you're serving your spouse or your kids, if we can go from the common, I hear a lot, bitterness and resentment of kind of doing the dishes and the laundry and wishing our spouse was stepping up and just feeling overwhelmed and like things aren't fair, if we can go from that to like, how can I, yes, do whatever I can to make things more fair and figure things out, but also recognize that I can do this as a service to them, to my family, and work at it as unto the Lord and not really unto them or to me even, just like as a sacrifice and worship to the Lord. That gives me so much more purpose and hope that, you know, the toys that I'm picking up and the dishes that I'm doing matter, because I'm doing it with a heart of service unto the Lord and not unto men. So I'm just encouraging you to consider, how can you go about what you're already doing and kind of refocus that to having more purpose, reminding yourself of the purpose and kind of redirecting the heart behind it to be more worshipful and in line with how you want to live. And then the other technique that I wanted to share comes from DBT, or dialectical behavioral therapy. And this therapy suggests that one way to help us regulate our emotions is to live according to our values. And I will even post a link to assessment that DBT has that helps you kind of figure out what your values are. And it includes things like, do I value social interaction more, or my career, or my family, or a number of other things. But as Christians, I feel that it's also important to remember, okay, if I value, or I say I believe that Jesus is my Lord, then how can I live like Jesus is my Lord and not maybe the tendencies I have to live like I'm the God of my life and I get to make all the choices. And then again, reminding myself of the reason that I'm doing these hard things and kind of surrendering, because there's a purpose and a plan behind it, and I trust my God. And when you can remind yourself of your values, you can be more encouraged to stick out the uncomfortable. So I'm even thinking about the spiritual disciplines, and when we are trying to be generous or live a life of prayer or read our Bible consistently, right? Sometimes those can be really uncomfortable or really hard. And if we can remember that we're living according to our values and the reason that we're doing it, the purpose behind it, it can help us get through those uncomfortable experiences. So I hope that blesses you today, and I look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.